Today, live from the Backseat, we're hearing from Ray Heffernan. Now, that's a name you might not have heard of before, but he's done a lot of things for a lot of people in the music industry. He was the first guy to convince Wallace Bird to get into studio and record some music. He's responsible for producing Declan O'Rourke's first EP. And he's the guy who wrote Angels for Robbie Williams. Now I know what you're going to say. Robbie Williams wrote Angels. Well, apparently not. So today, live from the Backseat, it's Ray Heffernan.
Hello.
What's crack, Ray? How are you?
Hello. How
Good to see you.
man?
Thanks for coming to see
man.
us today.
You too.
We'll go for spin, so stick your belt down and go for it. Oh, we try. Thanks very much for coming and singing us a few tunes live from the Backseat today.
It's fantastic, man. What a pleasure. I drive around Dublin.
Absolutely. You're a Dublin man, but you're not living in Dublin at the moment.
No, I live over in Italy.
That's a tough job.
Yeah, someone's got to do it. Yeah. I met an Italian woman and fell in love, and we were going over there on holidays, and it's like where she lives is on this beautiful lake. Think like Glendalough in the sunshine.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Very nice.
And I just couldn't understand why I was going home. So we sold up. I was living in Ashborough, and we sold up there. And moved down there. I've been there 7 years now.
Now, talking about modesty, you are responsible for one of the biggest songs of our generation, it has to be said, or certainly a big part of it.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people won't believe you or I, and probably if you walked up to someone in the street and said, "Hi, my name's Ray, you know that song Angels?"
Yeah.
That was me.
Yeah.
How did that all come about?
Well, that was, I don't know, like you were talking, I realised the other day, that's nearly like 20 years ago. Well, I was in a pub.
Jeez.
And he walked in, and
This is Robbie Williams.
Yeah. And he walked in, and we just got drinking. I don't really know how. It was a Saturday afternoon, and we just got drinking, and then we started talking about music. To be honest with you, I didn't know who he was because I was living in France for ages, and I missed the whole Take That thing. There was a mate that said to me, "There's your man Robbie Williams," And I was like, who? I think I knew him because I'm a huge Liverpool fan, and I'd seen him photographed with Robbie Fowler and Phil Babb at the time. I remember them. So I had seen his face, but that was it. And then we got talking about music and stuff, and then we partied for a while, and
The good old days when he was a heavy partier.
Yeah. And he crashed in my place, and like I showed him one song that we recorded 4 songs together, but one of which was a song that I had started in Paris called An Angel Instead. And he liked it, and he called Louis Walsh, and we went into a studio with, yeah, I know.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not flash warning signals straight away when this guy who stayed in your house says, "Hey, let's go meet Louis Walsh."
Meet a mate of mine, so we went into the studio and recorded 4 songs, one of which was this song, An Angel Instead. And to be honest with you, it wasn't great. At the time I thought it was genius, but looking back it probably wasn't. Then he went back to England and showed us to Guy Chambers, and then it became the super hit, that had very little to do with me. But yeah, it was kind of crazy, and to be honest with you, I lived it pretty badly for a while. Then I just kind of went, you know what? Like he gave me a few quid for my input into the song.
Yeah.
And I was happy with that, to be honest. Like he gave me $7,500, and I was 22, and someone had just given me $7,500 for a song that I wrote.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You'd bite the hand off.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And nobody knew that, especially because at the time he was seen as a bit of a sad act. You know what I mean? He was kind of like,
he was the fat dancer. Yeah.
Would you look what's right beside me? Would you look at that?
So handy. So if you
by magic,
if you wouldn't mind playing us a couple of songs, we'd be delighted to have them.
I'll play a song. This is the first single on the album. It's called Amy's Answer. The video's up on YouTube. It was a big success, well, for me on YouTube, because the girl in the video is a crack. Honestly, check it out. Shadowy walls of a church that once seemed a sacred cathedral of magical dreams. These days we don't ask what the miracle means. Amy can wait for the song that he brings, sits in the silence where no church bell rings, whispers the words and softly she sings. I'm waiting for you, only for you, only your fate is true. nobody comes, nobody goes, nobody changes what nobody chose. Nobody dances, there's no bloody chances. Nobody asked you, nobody answers. Games in the garden with Amy and Steve, playing it hold on to me and believe. St. Christopher takes you when you need to leave. Amy waits only for Steve, and he knows the vagabond goes when the bitter wind blows. The traveller carries the weight of the road, and all I can feel is all that's real. Only to love I kneel, but nobody comes, nobody goes, nobody changes what nobody chose. Nobody dances, there's no bloody chances. Nobody asked you, nobody answers. Amy looks at the time and says, Steve, I'm afraid it's a game that I'm losing, and alone I won't play. Though I want for your freedom, I want you to stay. Nobody comes, nobody goes, nobody changes what nobody chose. Nobody dances, there's no bloody chances. Nobody asked you, nobody answers. And Amy can wait and look for the signs. Her natural selection is wholly design. Though the colours are faint and the time is worn thin, so the picture she paints is the sinner within, who walks out when the saints go marching in. But nobody comes, nobody goes, nobody changes what nobody chose. Nobody dances, there's no bloody chances. Nobody asked you, nobody answers. And Amy can wait, Amy can wait. With the statues in silence, she stands at the gate. Through the games and the glances, she says, I'll take my chances. I'll do what he asks me, is all Amy answers. Clap, 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 clap. Applause from the Dublin traffic.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Right, that's beautiful. Thanks so much for your time today and for being live from the back seat.
Absolute pleasure. Thanks for having me on your back seat, baby.
So there you have it, live from the backseat. The man who wrote Robbie Williams' Angels, that's Ray Heffernan. Keep checking back to Joe.ie for more live from the backseat.